First thing I saw Tom Emmer, House GOP whip, do today is put out a list of all the groups that are behind the One Big Beautiful Bill. And first on that list, our sponsor, Americans for Prosperity. Brent Gardner, their Vice President for Policy, joins me now. Brent, did you see that you were on top of Tom Emmer's list today?
Well, we're glad to be on the top of that list, Hugh, and we're excited for hopefully seeing this bill move today, this evening. Well, I guess early tomorrow morning, actually.
I think early tomorrow morning. Now, I think the president did a good job of actually explicitly saying he was there to be a cheerleader today and give him a pep talk. Did it work?
Yeah, I think that's the question. There's definitely still some out there that have some challenges and some concerns, but the consensus that we felt on the Hill today is that the time is now. And I think those last votes are moving in the right direction. So we're hopeful that come 1 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, we'll start the process that'll ultimately deliver on so much of the president's agenda and deliver this bill to the U.S. Senate.
Now, there's one provision I don't understand, the permanent extension of 199A. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I mean, this is incredibly important for small businesses. And so this is an issue that, you know, we've heard from members, not only in the House, but in the Senate, that's essential that it be in there. So what else are we waiting for? I mean, this is one of those things that needs to be in there to be able to move forward.
Is there anyone who you worry about at this point saying the SALT deduction? I'm not a big fan of the SALT deduction. I was 8 years ago. I thought it was unfair to move people from complete deductibility to almost no deductibility. But having ripped the Band-Aid off, I don't know why we're going back in the other direction, but $30,000 is a fair compromise for me. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, ultimately, we don't like the federal government ultimately supporting on the backs of taxpayers in other states that have high tax burdens. But at the end of the day, a deal is a deal, and it's time to move on. You know, I know there's a number of members out there who've continued to push for more and more and more, but a message that we've heard today from the president, we heard at an event earlier today at the Freedom Embassy from Majority Leader Scalise, we've heard from the speaker, and really we've heard from people across this country. The time is now. The deals have been made. It's time to vote.
There are 17 months to the next election. If it passes the House tonight, and then, or the rule passes tonight, and it gets to the president's bill from the Senate and the conference by July 4th, is that enough time for the economic medicine to work on the country?
I think so. One of the things that we've heard loud and clear from business owners to families that are managing their checkbooks is, you know, having the kind of certainty that we need to reinstill growth in this country, to give businesses the confidence to invest. You know, these are the kinds of things that'll have the economic impact that we didn't have in 2017. We think that'll give us a great opportunity to have a strong narrative going into the midterm, and Republicans will have a lot to talk about. Promises made, promises kept.
People want to participate in this, go to protectprosperity.com, protectprosperity.com, and join AFP's effort to remind everyone on the Hill. Now, the president pretty much said Tom Massey won't vote for this. They can lose 2 more. Are you worried about losing more than 3, including Massey, Brent Gardner?
I'm cautiously optimistic. I think the president did a lot of great work this morning. I know the leadership team and other members are doing a lot of great work right now. There's still time on the clock. So I'm hopeful, you know, that even those folks whose hearts might be hardened against this bill will give it another look and recognize it's an important step forward, that it accomplishes so much of the president's agenda. I think there's always a possibility that that could happen, but I'm optimistic that the mood in Washington today is that we're moving towards the opportunity to get this bill done.
Now, 2 weeks ago, we were having lunch when not only did we get an American Pope, we also got word that a tax hike was in the bill. How did that come down? How quickly was that killed?
Unfortunately, not quickly enough. A lot of groups mobilized very quickly and spent time that could have otherwise been utilized, you know, trying to ensure that we were shoring up, you know, more intelligent provisions of the bill. But pretty quickly over the weekend, I think it became clear that not only were groups across the conservative spectrum opposed, members in the chambers were opposed, and the grassroots and voters across this country simply wouldn't have tolerated tax increases from the Republican Party that ran on not letting that happen. So, you know, ultimately, it seems like we got to a good place quickly.
ProtectProsperity.com. Last 10 yards or a game of inches are very, very difficult. Is there a problem ahead in the Senate, Brent? We got 30 seconds.
There could be. I mean, look, all of the issues that plagued the House here at the end will definitely become live in the Senate. And it's important to remember that the reconciliation instructions were different over there. So it's unlikely that the bill will look exactly the same as it does when it's done in the Senate. And we'll still have to ping pong or figure out a path forward. So, yeah, work's not done.
Get in there and help Americans for Prosperity at protectprosperity.com. Brent, thank you. I'm spending most of my day talking about the